Right, apologies for the wind noise. We're here on a job in Anglesey, North Wales, but diving for today has been canned due to the fact it's going to be blowing an absolute hoolie, pouring with rain, so it would be unsafe to get divers into or out of the water. And in odd moments I've been shooting a little series on ecology, succession and chalk grasslands. Sounds terribly grand saying it like that. We're basically just wandering around in the grounds of an Air BNB, looking at aspects of ecology and why a short grass can be extremely good and extremely interesting. And here's a pyramidal orchid just coming into flower in some very short turf. You can see it here, and very close to it are these leaves here, which are hairy, whereas these have longitudinal veins and are hairless. These are plantain leaves, and overall they look fairly similar. And over here I did, honestly, here we are, another rosette, a pyramidal orchid, and there are more around all through this grass. That's plantain leaves again, but see how similar they look? More plantain leaves. But you've got a lot of different variety. If the GoPro will pick it up, it won't focus closer than 60 centimetres. Things like eyebright and black sedge and other sedges and milkworts. So we're going to have a look at some of the aspects of this and pop up a series of short videos and see whether people like them and see if they're interesting, because no mow may is a good thing, but it's not an all good thing. You can have good and interesting biodiversity, especially where you've got short grass which is grazed, in this case by rabbits, or mown, if your habitat is managed at a stable state for long periods and is sufficiently diverse, and we'll go into different aspects of diversity, then it can build up an interesting biodiversity. Right, welcome to Anglesey. I'm here on a job, basically marine biological survey, and as part of that, being accommodated in hotels isn't terribly useful because we've got lots of kit and microscopes and goodness knows what else. So we tend to stay in an Airbnb. So this is an Airbnb in Anglesey. It's on a bit of a knoll which it shares all to itself, and it's blowing a hoolie, so I'm speaking up. Apologies for the wind noise. But here we have the private Airbnb, and the grounds are mown, quite short. It's quite a diverse turf, lots of nice things in there. We'll have a look at a few of those in a minute. But what I want to show you is an aspect of succession. What we've got here is basically planting of shrubs within the curtilage of this place, and it's quite an old place that's been extended quite a lot. And we've got Rosa Rugosa, which is this thing with the cerise flowers, Japanese rose. And in some places like the Sefton coast, on the dunes, it basically takes over large areas. It grows very quickly and very dense. We're in the lee of this little bush here, which is an isolated area of Rosa Rugosa, and as you can see underneath it, yeah, there's bits and bobs, but not an awful lot. But all the short grass species which the mowing is keeping up, like this black medic, the daisies are very common, so it's black medic. All the short grass species have been out competed underneath it. We're losing things like this, which is bird's foot trefoil, food plant of several butterflies, good nectar source for other insects. Do you see it? There's these Here we have ragwort. We planted a cinnabar moth, with stripy yellow and black caterpillars, lots of that. Basically it's being mown frequently. So as is often the case, these are probably several years old, some of them. Turned from a rosette. The flowering spike that comes up is trying to do that at the moment. Into an overwintering rosette, which can last several years, rather than a year as a rosette and then a flowering spike and then set seed and die. But what we can see here, you've got a blackthorn here, and you've got Rosa Rugosa coming out from here into this area, which is basically wet area, possibly dune slack. So sand dunes, because we've got tree to the bud over here, sticking through sand dunes, and the natural inverted commas habitat would be this gorse plus heather and occasional trees, as we have over here. This scrub, this is sallow, and here we've got elder, and there's some blackthorn. But the Rosa Rugosa is spreading out into this area. Let's walk over here, we can see a bit better. There's black bryony there, I think it's black bryony, and rabbit scrapes. And here we have, slightly sidetracked, this is horseshoe veg, rather than kidney veg. Another food plant of several butterflies. This is Cotoneaster, one of several species, all non-native, or can be invasive. See, we've got Cotoneaster and Rosa Rugosa spreading out here into the dune slack. There's a slightly dry bit, it's gone empty. Seeds get spread by birds. On the other side, it hasn't quite got there yet, and you've got this transition from Norfolk Reed, I think it's Phragmites, up through bracken and onto the dry ground, where you've got basically this gorse, which is kept really short by the seaweeds coming in here in the winter, salt-laden spray. And you can see Rosa Rugosa all through here. You can see the pink flowers maybe over the road, big area in there. It's up by this house alongside the road, and up here basically it's spreading rampantly. It outcompetes other species such as this heather. There's more here close by. There's a stone crop there, which might be another non-native, but it's very small. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. It's basically non-natives without their checks and balances, which they would have in their native habitat, can spread rampantly and outcompete native species and reduce the overall biodiversity. Now, it's true this habitat could be bird nesting habitat, even though it's very close to the ground. You can hear the birds tweeting, the little ones. You've got areas over here where there might be nests. This bird just gone up from over there, a little perching bird. But there are natives which can also be invasive, such as bracken. Now that's probably in a stable state along there. In areas where you're trying to promote grazing and bracken comes in, it can spread very quickly, it clones itself. This is possibly a descendant of one plant all the way through here. It spreads by rhizomes and can take over large areas and become a bit of a menace, even though it's a native. So Rosa Rugosa and Cotoneaster. Let's see what we read here into the sun now. Rosa Rugosa's all through here, all along the road, and yeah. So let's stop that there. It's nearly time to go and get on the boat and have another look under here. See what we have underneath, which is not a huge lot. So invasives, exotics and natives. It all depends on context. The question I'm going to leave you with is, should we be importing things like Rosa Rugosa and selling it when it is known in certain circumstances